All right, while I'm sitting here getting skunked, I'm going to read some fun carp comments. I've published a couple of carp videos lately, and man, the comments are on fire. And let's start off with Ralph Cradon. That's not a fish, it's a carp. I don't know if he's saying that because he thinks it's a trash fish or a good fish, but that's his comment. Now that one comment came from where my cart almost went in the water because of a carp. And here's a few more. Attitude Adjusted said, carp, yummy. I know some people do like to eat carp. Now a few people said this comment or something similar, which is really funny. I'm reading one from Jeff C. If you want to catch a fish, look away. It works every time. I will say the vast majority of these comments are positive. I'm getting nice save, nice job, awesome fish. I do get a lot of good comments as well, just like that one. Now here's a more negative comment. Daniel Watt says, the Peter Griffin, ha 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 ha. For better or for worse, Peter Griffin is funny. And here's another one from Things We Forget to Say. Never seen someone so happy to catch a carp. Carp are fun to catch, and they come in so many different colors and varieties that they're worth catching, at least in my opinion. Now another funny thing was my net. A lot of people were saying my net is too big. And here's one of the first comments that I found like that from Jacob Martin. You got that net from Coast to Coast, didn't you? I've never seen quite that big before. Marlin net. Now one time at the spot where I lost a carp, I had a 60-pound grass carp eat the bait that I had in the water, and the net that I had at the time was not big enough. I had to go into the water off screen to get that fish on shore. I'm going to have to pull this guy over to shallow water and get in the water after him. He's so big. I can't remember if I had this net back then, but I do know that I bought this overseas. I forgot the name of the company, but it was somewhere in Europe, and it was $45 to buy the net and then $45 to ship it over here to the United States. And it's a really good musky, pike, and carp net. It's rubberized, so it doesn't hurt the scales on a carp. It makes a good landing mat as well, which is another comment that I get on here is, where's my landing mat? The easy answer is I don't have one, and I'm probably not going to buy one. Now here's another comment that's a little bit on the negative side from Adam Fink. Easiest fish to catch besides catfish. Really? 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 Carp, where are you? You gonna eat my bait today? Yeah, I have actually been trying for a trophy carp for a very long time. It's actually, I think it makes me look bad because I haven't caught one yet. I've caught quite a few carp, but none of them have been trophy size yet. And I started out with just normal fishing equipment, just rod holders with normal rods and reels. And now I've advanced to actual carp gear, and I still don't have a trophy carp yet. So no, it's not that easy. Now here's another one that I got multiple similar comments on, and this was from Joey Bart. Why would you put that back? Shows how much this guy knows about his local environment. Now I will say I am not a biologist. However, common carp have been in our waterway so long that they are considered naturalized now here in Tennessee. In fact, on the Tennessee Angler Recognition Program by the Tennessee Wildlife Agency, the people who make the rules of the water, they have a trophy size for a carp. So I catch a trophy size carp, I send it in to them, they send me a certificate back. Now that's not the only type of carp that are getting in our waterway. This specific waterway has grass carp in it, and someone 5 to 10 years ago released breeders in our waterway. And the creek that I fish, where I lost a cart, has been decimated by the grass carp. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to catch bullheads like they were going out of style. They were in there thick. I could not keep them off my hook. And over time, I noticed that it was getting harder and harder and harder to catch bullheads. And now they are rare. And I want to blame the grass carp. Now, like I said, I'm not a biologist. However, they do destroy everything around them. And they're on the invasive carp list that the Tennessee Wildlife Agency has out. So if I catch a grass carp, that's the fish that's not going back in the water. I'm sorry. Which is kind of funny. On one of my latest shorts, I had a lot of people talking about, why didn't you put it back in the water? And it's because it's an invasive carp. And I guess we get to see what it does to this lake in 10 to 20 years. Now here's another funny comment from PC Welds. Imagine losing your gear to a carp. I've actually haven't lost any gear to a carp yet. I have lost it to catfish in the past. You gotta pay attention to your rod sometimes. Now here's another one that's funny that I've seen over and over again, and it mostly happened on TikTok because I put this video on TikTok and it went absolutely crazy over there. And everybody says that there's an alligator in the video. There's like a piece of trash in the water, and everybody thought that it might be an alligator. And the first comment I see on YouTube for this, Cryptic Silas, says, cool alligator. There's no alligators up here yet, but I'm sure they will be here eventually. Now here's another funny comment from Wyatt Robb. Hey, he caught pre-lunch. Now here's the first Bill Dance comment. I've had a few saying, you know, it's like Bill Dance because he's shown some of his bloopers that's happened before. And it just says Bill Dance with a couple of smileys. From Andre Verna. Now there are hundreds and hundreds of comments on here, so I'm not going to read them all. I'm looking through here. I mean, like I said, they're mostly good, which is good. But there are some others. And here's another one, Albert R. over a carp. And then Frankie Knuckles says, big, kidding right. To some people that was a small carp, but for the majority of people, that was a big fish. I know I've taken friends out fishing that have never caught a catfish over 1 pound. And then he caught an 8-pounder and was ecstatic over it. And then suddenly we caught a 30-pound blue. And he didn't have anything to say because it was so big. And even to some of you, a 30-pound blue is a small fish as well. To me, a 30-pound blue is a big fish, and it's been a while since I've caught one that big. Actually, I take that back. I forgot about that 44-pound flathead I caught right down the road from here. And here's the last comment I'm going to mention that's on this video. And I get this comment on this video, on all my other videos. I've got it in the past. Anytime I catch a carp and put it on video, I get this comment. And it says, garbage fish goes on the bank. And that was Rick Davis. I may have actually talked about that earlier too. Some people do consider carp a trash fish. And I had someone else mention, and I don't remember their name, that common carp may actually be the most popular sport fish in the world, because in Europe, in Asia, in India, they like to fish for them as sport. Of course, in Asia and India, they're also eating them too. But I know in Europe, they love to catch big carp, and they really go above and beyond with taking care of the carp. If they see any kind of blood on their lips, they will take antibiotics and put them on the lips of the carp so they heal faster and don't get sick. And as I said earlier, they yell at me all the time for not having a landing mat or this, that, or the other. Like, I don't have bobbins because I broke all of them, and I have not bought new bobbins yet. And what a bobbin does, it connects to the bite alarm and you hang it on the line. And what that does, if there's a back bite, if the fish grabs the bait and comes towards shore, it will drop and make the alarm go off. Now, I'm quite sure there might be other reasons for that. If you know the other reasons, leave a comment below. This kit did come with 3, but I ended up breaking them over time. I also broke the back parts that were holding the rods, but thankfully they had that type as well. So they included 3 of that type, and then they included 3 where you put the rod into it. It's like a little mini cup, which wouldn't work with these rods anyway. Who knows, maybe when I buy bobbins I might buy a landing mat as well. And I do have a catfish weigh mat, which maybe I should grab that instead, but I do keep it in my boat. It's absolutely enormous. It's for like 100-pound blue or something. So if I ever caught like a state record or something, I can use my weigh mat to keep the fish alive, because it's got, I can put the fish in it, zip it up, throw it overboard, and make my way to the nearest boat ramp slowly and have the fish alive, and beg TWRA to not kill it to identify that it's a blue or a flathead. Which is kind of funny. The sole purpose of my weigh mat is if I catch a state record. Now, I do have a ton more comments that I could do videos with. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should make more bad comment videos. I got a lot of positive feedback on my last bad comments video, which I will put in the iCard above if you want to see that. However, I'd rather focus on fishing than what people are saying. Now, I was hoping for sure that a fish would decide to eat my bait while I'm waiting here, but nothing yet. And the sun is going down really fast, and I don't have my night filming light. All right, as always, I want to thank you guys for taking your time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, as fall approaches, my luck will get better. But for now, I'm going to reel these up and head home. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.